Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream going here. All right. Hey, Lily, how are you doing there? Welcome. Good morning. Good to see you. We left off in Elpis last time, and we've got an interesting encounter coming up here, so we're going to get started here and take off and see what we've got to do here. Let's see, did we have any quests we wanted to knock out? Doesn't look like it. Oh, cool. Well, thanks. I'm glad you stopped in for a bit yesterday too, while we were doing the boring part of farming and all that. And I'm glad everything's doing okay for you there. All right, let's see. We got to head down over this way. Oh shoot, you know, I forgot to change that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Let me fix that. Yep, we need to fix that. If I can get my ducks in a row here. I knew I forgot to set something. Nope, not infinite undiscovery. Yay, the fingers are working okay here. There we go. Should update momentarily anyways. And thank you for letting me know that. Boy, this single person duty coming up has been a real challenge for me. It's a real DPS check for the most part. Oh yeah, we've had record highs for I think 2 days in a row now. I mean, it's been hot. I've been okay staying inside, just not really doing much of anything. Although I guess I was outside briefly the first day on, I guess that would be Tuesday maybe. I mean, we had some rain in the morning, so, you know, it wasn't bad to start off with, but yeah, throughout the day, the temperatures just soared. I don't know what the highest was. I wasn't really paying attention, but I saw a news article that mentioned that it's been the highest it's ever been in recorded weather history, I guess, for 2 days in a row there. Not sure how today is going to be working out, but it says here it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now, and that's at 6:30 in the morning. That's pretty darn hot for first thing in the morning. And it's not hot, painfully hot. I mean, just as give you some idea as to the temperatures here. We keep the house set to where it tries to maintain right around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, which is comfortable. Really? Oh my gosh. 35 degrees C, or which is 95 Fahrenheit. Wow. And ACs are not common there. Oh. Yeah, mid-70s is comfortable here in the house. It doesn't use too much AC during the summer, and doesn't require too much heating in the wintertime, but keeps us fairly comfortable. We probably use more heating than air conditioning throughout the year at that temperature, perhaps, but we sometimes just turn off the heating when it gets into the fall and spring, for example, since there's not much fluctuation at that time. But yeah, you stay safe too. I know those temperatures can be hard on folks. All right, well, let's see here. We got to go check out something here. And you only have 2 or 3 hot months, so you rarely see the ACs. Oh, okay. Mostly only the malls have them. Gotcha. Let's see what Venat's got to say here. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? I'm gonna guess it's that island we see right there in the middle of the screen. Yeah. Ah, what about that one? Yeah, the game designers made it convenient so it stuck out like a sore thumb. Have you the means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. Not yet, I'm still working on the ether currents here. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argus. Hey, I know Argus. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Anne here over to that island? Stubborn creature, there is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argus has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've ridden him before? Ah, your before means my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. It is certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argus that you are worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember, a moment of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? And if this memory turns out to be a bad one, that's up to you, isn't it? If a loss would sting, then you had better win. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. All right, this is a real DPS check for me anyways. I'll kick back and see if I can muddle my way through this one successfully, and if I fail, I'm just going to slap it on very easy and go through it. I think Dancer does okay on this one. We'll see. I can't remember. Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. Sure. Let's give it a shot. First thing in the morning, I hope I've got my licks together here.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Does it now? Where are we going?
My blade
Well,
sings!
that was a mistake. I can't get out of that. Yep. I am botching this one up big time.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter. Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself.
Can't quite get to the hydrate right now. We'll do that eventually. Oops, what am I going to do here? Let's try here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Cannot pause this, sorry, so we can't do hydrate right now. Well, shoot. You know what? I want to be over here somewhere, I think.
We've only just begun. Come at me with your all.
Just remind me to take a drink when we finish this. Ooh, get out of that if we can. That's coming from where? Let's see, this looks good over here.
My blade sings!
Yeah, I need to get back over here then.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter.
This way. Alright. This way this time.
Have a taste. Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Alright, let's do it. See if we can do this. Hitting the right button. We'll see. Did we do it or not? Are we going to survive this? Did I get enough of them?
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will!
Nope, that was a fail. Yeah, I didn't get enough of them, did I? Alright, well, let's do that hydrate here. Thank you for that. Yeah, I just can't get enough of those orbs down, or just don't have my... There we go, yeah, we'll just do very easy. Just don't have my technique down on that this morning.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
I know.
My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter. Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Alright, let's go up here. Maybe.
Prepare yourself! Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
That was a much better job. Now we're good.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will! You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough. Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Alright, Argos is impressed, I guess.
Well now, I dare say he is warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got through that. Argus will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Meteion made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argus to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Oh, I better check, make sure there's no currents nearby. I think we've got them all on this island here. Yeah. No new quests opened up yet. Argus motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Let's ride Argus to the isle. Isn't this pleasant? Argus certainly seems to think so. Now, what was the name of that tree? Neo something. Ah. Or no. Noatophorion, I guess. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? Noatophorion, maybe, I guess. We'll try that. Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last minute.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before? So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteion, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days.
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Thesis Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ethicelatikos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Anne, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them on so few islands? The answer lies within Thesis itself. I touched upon the practice before, back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. It is there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. The simplest route is via the naos north of Poiton Oikos. Now we've got some ether current quests we can do. You're a visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you might be willing to help me then. Did you happen to see a blue-haired woman in the area? She wouldn't have been wearing a mask. No, can't say I have. I see. She and I are students of Academia Anadyr, and we had intended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. We were just on our way when she realized she forgot something back in Anagnoresis, so she ran back, and that was the last I saw of her. She can be a bit, how shall I put it, scatterbrained, so she may well have simply got lost on her way back. I would rather not search for her myself, for what if she comes back while I'm away? So, if it isn't too much trouble, perhaps you would be so kind as to look for her? Like us, she won't be wearing a mask, and so should stand out a touch. You'll find her in the area of Philomythes Nautos, in all likelihood. If you do come across her, could you help her out a bit? See, she makes it back. All right, we can do that. Hello there, blue-haired student. Yes, can I help you? Oh, wait. Do you need directions somewhere? Not to be rude, but I beg of you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me? That would be my friend, no doubt. How embarrassing. I had hoped to keep this hopelessly directionless side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible leaving her like that, but I'd clean forgotten a task from one of my professors. I rushed back to collect the item I was asked for, which I found, thankfully, but got rather turned around when attempting to return. But don't you worry about me, I'll be just fine on my own. Now, if I'm right, then following this road east will lead me to a teleporter, I think. I know. My business with your friend anyway, I can escort you. You mean it? Truly? Well, that is, I mean, if you're heading in that direction anyway, I don't see why I shouldn't tag along. Oh no, please, after you. If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter that connects to Point Oikos, I should be able to make the remainder of the trip on my own. Now then, would you mind? And they are accompanying us. Okay. Let's hop on the bird then and carry them over here with us then. All right. What a relief it is to see a familiar sight. I should be all right without you now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Point Oikos. Goodness, the earful I'm going to get from my friend. I've kept her waiting for far too long. Well, I really should hurry. She is owed an explanation and a heartfelt apology. Do come see us, though. I would like to thank you properly. Thank you for your help. Truth be told, when my friend first dashed off, I had assumed it was because she forgot an assignment from Metron. Lo and behold, I was right. We are studying at the words of Metron in Academia Anadyr, learning all we can about the engendering of aquatic life from that selfsame master. Honestly though, I've no idea why Metron would ask me to procure a flower of all things, and one that's still undergoing testing in Elpis. It's very beautiful, yes, but what has it to do with ichthyology? Well, nothing, but that's the point, surely. It must be intended as a present, one meant for Logriff. Metron is hopelessly enamored, as we all well know. We do? This is certainly news to me. Though, now that you mention it, I suppose I have seen sparks between them. I wonder why I never noticed it before. That settles it. We need to hurry back and begin an in-depth observation of their romantic entanglements. I can't believe I wasted all this valuable research time lost amongst the trees, and I would have wasted even more if not for you, good lady. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can get back to the Academia and deliver the flower to Metron before it wilts. Ah, but before we rush off, a reward. You certainly deserve it. Thank you for the ether current. And let's see, next one. There it is. Well, this is a pickle. Whatever am I to... Huh? Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are a familiar, yes? Azim's familiar. Oh, and I do like the name. Anne. But if you belong to Azim, then what has become of our visitor from Amarat? He was meant to arrive some time ago. Our wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers, but when someone from outside of Elpis comes to visit, the reactions can be somewhat unpredictable and occasionally violent. Would you be so kind as to track down Cleon and see that no harm has befallen him? Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to spot. And if you do happen to find him in the process of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first. Okay. There he is in the glowy purple encounter circle. See, if you hadn't stepped into that circle, you would have been all right, Cleon. Thank you for taking the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I am Cleon, recently arrived from Amarat. I assume Myra sent you to fetch me. I see. Well, we had best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. Well, that's good, Cleon. Get that one cleared out. And thank you for seeing to the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me. And I'm certainly glad that she was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations. Yes, as embarrassing as it is to admit, I was worried that the concepts I registered with the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild. Oh, thank you, Lily. Take care of yourself. We'll look for you later. Ah, thank you for that hydrate. Yeah, it's a good time to do that for sure. Ah, good old water. Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who's expressed difficulty in helping their children leave the nest. We can look in on them right now if you like. I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me from that beast, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. An entity with your strength and instinct would be the perfect candidate for evaluating the worth of my modest creations. I must insist that you join us. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment. Then we all go together. Whenever you are ready, Anne. Yeah, maybe later. Probably not, but maybe later. Alright, let's see. How are we doing on the ether currents here? Help us? Yeah, we've got one more outside to find, and then, of course, the final quest with the ether current. Almost there. This appears to be the teleporter Venat told us about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. And we shall proceed. Ah, good. The Naeus acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Thesis Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Okay. There's that current up there. Sneak around this guy, I guess. And that should be the final ether current out in the wild. Yep. Confirmed. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Hello. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteion, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmet Selk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end, of that I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. No words. This does not mean I believe your ridiculous story, but as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is, on the next aisle over. Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. No time for you. This appears to be the teleporter to Mesopsis Euros. Here, let's proceed. They are close by within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Anne, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Anne can handle them. She did survive a bout with Venat, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the guard's denizens. see you over here. Anne, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythlodaeus and Emmett Selk company. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? Then yes, I will come as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Okay. You spoke with Hermes, then, and were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. I cannot speak for certain Convocation members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done, indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emmett Selk who would recreate Amarot in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone. Naive hope that that is. Hermes said he would not be long, yes? Then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief.
Go on then.
Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Venat. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of Dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why do we... They hurt. Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Okay, well, let's see if we can find her then. One way over there, but I suspect it's down here somewhere. I calm my mind, my senses questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. Listening. It seeps into my mind, our voices reporting. No, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run, to hide. Meteion's anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. Alright, well, let's flee down the slope with her then. Listening. Trying to catch a whisper but fail to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. And some more listening. Nope, she must be elsewhere. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run far away. Please, don't follow me. Her voice fades as we sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Still don't hear anything there. Venat down there checking things out. Oh, there's one over by the tree. How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? Why we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Meteion's anguished voice drifts away to the south. Listening and more listening. You must be elsewhere. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Aetheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilization. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Anne, you mustn't listen. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Meteion's anguished voice flees toward the lake. Any sign of Meteion? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? The Meteion are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the Meteia's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So, unless we can track down the Meteion we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Oh, my dear Meteion. What did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of ether? Much how Emmett Selk solidified your presence when first we met you. Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Anne will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards Leith. Assuming she is made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Anne and Emmett Selk will be our tracker and trapper respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Meteion's avenues of escape. Emmett Selk and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. And he's now accompanying me. All right, calm my mind and listen. But you failed to hear her voice. Nothing this way. We try another route then. Try this one over here then, I suppose. Listen, 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 listen. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide. Yes, I'll just have to hide then, where no one can find me. Yeah, her voice heads toward the water's edge. She went into the lake as if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expanse should make her easier to find. We won't lose her this time. See what Emmett has to say here. Discuss the water's edge. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is run you over the falls, Emmett. Not here. I'm not here. Please. By that rock, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? We will hear your report, good or bad. Anne, what are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. Stay away. I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor, fragile heart. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. See what Emmett has to say here. Discuss the naos. Is this naos not in use? It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Meteian's essence. We move on. There, I see her. up this path here. Survey, 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 survey says. There she goes.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Meteion. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please... please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all... dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for, what gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
Okay.
You fool!
Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Here's our ether current quest. Hermes has headed to Thesis. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point in the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him, no matter what Hermes might be thinking. Meteion is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Venat? Anne? It is clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteion's is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase. And even if neither Hermes nor Meteion is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Ctesis Hyperborea we go. What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Ctesis? Mistress Venat, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Ctesis put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes' doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Ctesis scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you will put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled. Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. I was once Asm, after all. It was my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. And you, Emet-Selch, can impress us with your arcane majesty. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also channel the power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yeah, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Anne, so 'tis only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Meteion. And then we will face the future together. Alright, let's crank up the duty support here. .15 eye level, we're covered there, so let's go. Just checking on a few things here first. All right. Thank you for the hydrate. I will definitely take advantage of that.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
a taste!
Out of my way!
I see you opening.
Have a taste!
I see you opening. I'm not entirely useless.
Have a taste!
Here, I guess.
I'm not entirely useless.
Out of my way!
Let's see, here, over here it looks like.
Out of my way!
looks like this one.
I'm not entirely useless.
Healing piece. All right.
Have a taste!
I gotta put that on my hotbar. My crosshair.
This may stick.
Let's see. For me. Maybe I'll put it there. Yeah, I'll just have to remember to take a look at that.
Stay away!
I see you.
Another healing piece.
see you opening.
see you opening.
Fall!
I see you opening.
Fly true. This may sting.
My way.
This may sting.
I'm not entirely useless.
I cannot let you take Meteion. Not yet!
I have
Stand firm.
I have you.
Have a taste.
My way.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
I'm not entirely useless. I see you opening. I see you opening.
Let's see. Increase critical hit rate. Oh yeah, I need to be using that for sure. Need to be using that for sure. Hopelessly. Oh, here we are at the final battle here for this one. Okay.
So, it comes to this.
It comes to this.
I have no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
Okay, whatever, Hermes.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Lust and pain, gather to me! Ancient wrath, unleash your power! Dancing winds, pierce my foe! Stars on high, all is rain! Out of my way!
Have a taste!
not entirely useless.
Have at you!
Out of my way!
Rushing wind! Pierce my foe!
I see you opening.
Stars on high! War is rage! Even when transformed. But I am not finished yet.
Out of my way!
Streams of ether! Surge is one!
Howdy. Ooh, I have some spirit bonds that I need too.
No! My power!
Like some of our these crypt lurkers. Spirit bond. Let's go ahead and extract some materia from these. Savage Aim 7, Heaven's Eye 8. See, the rest of these are so-so percentage there. Alright, well that's pretty cool. Did we receive anything? Yeah, we got a Ring of Aiming. High level 536 currently. And we got a bow. Alright. Well, I'm going to take just a brief break before we exit out of this. Please hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's see, let's get on with this then.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteion into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteion, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Aetheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmet Selk of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmet Selk and Hithodeus. Meteion's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteion. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteion!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits. And no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteion's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it, the legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos! I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet... I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteion's presence. And the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her. One which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmett Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
So, what now?
What indeed? Let us begin by ascertaining the situation at Catesis Hyperborea, where the others should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteion, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venat and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venat was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Venat about it when next we meet.
Yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteion did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I... oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
Are Are you feeling at all recovered? I understand that your exertions were more than purely physical, but resting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely he will create more entelechies. He poured much of himself into Meteion, and now that she and her sisters are gone, dissipated in his mind, the grief must be unbearable. He will blame himself. He will believe that he had never acknowledged his dissatisfaction with the world. Then the Meteion would have never been born to suffer and die. The offer to join the 14 will be a welcome distraction, and one day hence, he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Fandaniel. There, we can fly now. Oh, we got a hat that we could not put in our armory chest. Let's see. Hat, body, hands, they're all full. So it'll take some time here. And we'll descent a few things here in each. Kudzu Code of Gathering. Yep. Alright, well that ought to do it for now. And listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination or to convince Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. And we can fly there now. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Venat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Yep, set aside some time, so let's go ahead and do it.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Yes, this is where we part ways.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friend's memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandania.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No! There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Well, that was quite a journey. Man. See, next we gotta head back to the Baldessian Annex after getting done with that, it looks like. Back off to Charlian. Man, that was quite a journey there. And impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. We'll be starting a new tier of gear, high level 545. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Yep. Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alice and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amanus is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Gra took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people of Radzithan. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleport in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alice, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then, panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Anne. Please, you must help them. Thank you for the hydrate. All right, well, let's get that taken care of. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully, Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. And I think we will port on over to Camp Broken Glass and leave it there for today. This will be where we're finishing things off. So we appreciate you hanging in there with us today. We'll go ahead and end the stream here, and hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. And look for us tomorrow for Infinite Undiscovery. We'll be continuing our farming and doing whatever we can to move us towards the compulsive achievement and knocking out the last couple achievements we have in that game here in the Seraphic Gate and beyond there. Well, take care of yourself, and we'll be here on the weekend for more Final Fantasy XIV. Bye-bye.